Good morning, students, and welcome to the classes of costing and taxation. In the last class, we had started with costing, and it was the first class for the chapter cost of materials. So, in the last class we had studied that in this chapter, cost of materials, we'll be studying about the valuation of materials. There are certain methods upon which the materials are valued, and under each method, the value of materials is different. So, in this chapter, the thing which we have to learn is that how the materials are valued under different methods and what is the effect of different valuations. So, the four basic methods which we will study in this chapter and which comes in your exam for around at least 12 marks. This comes in your exam for at least 12 marks. So this is an important chapter, and the four methods from which any method can come in the exam, any of them. It's very difficult to say that which one of them is important. So it's very important that each student knows all four methods. It's unpredictable, it's highly unpredictable that which method will come in exam. So let's start with it. In the last class I had introduced with the FIFO method. FIFO means first in first out. It means that the stock which is purchased first will be sold first. Simple, that's it. So we'll make the store's ledger account, and this is the example. So from the following details, prepare a store's ledger account indicating value of material consumed and closing stock using FIFO method. So with the given information, we'll value the closing stock of materials under the FIFO method. Closing stock means this is the opening stock. In the beginning of the month of January, what happened, I had an opening stock of 1000 units which was purchased for 2 rupees and 220 paise. So we have to calculate after all the purchases and issues that what is the closing stock that is standing at the end of the month and what is the value of such closing stock. This is a very simple chapter. It's just that you have to know how to do it. So I have prepared a format of stores ledger under the FIFO method, and we'll start the sums now. So first I'll teach you how to draw the format. The format will be something like this. Okay. This is the column for date. This is the column for date. This is the column for purchases, and this is the column for issues, means sales, and last this is the column for the balance of goods that is left. Okay, and beneath purchases, issues and balance, we'll write units or quantity, rate per unit, and amount means unit into rate. Simple. Amount means unit multiplied by rate. So let us start the sums now. So this whole information is being given for the month of January 2018. So this is the opening stock in the starting of the month of January, and this is the information for the whole month of January, and we have to put all the information given and also compute the closing stock. So the only thing that we have to calculate in this sums is the issue price. If you can see over here carefully, you'll see that opening stock has a value, all the purchases have a value. See, on 10 January, purchases was made of 600 units and the rate was 210. On 22nd January, a purchase was made, the rate was 220. However, on 12, 25 and 31 issues were made. However, they have not given me the rate. So the most important part of this sums of this chapter is to find out the rate at which the goods have been issued. That is the only thing that we have to do. So just be with me and we'll just do the problem step by step, and I hope by the end of the problem your concept will be clear. If you're not being able to understand, then no problem, just be with me till the end of the sums. And if then also you don't understand, please email me. I'll show you more examples of the same sums. Okay, so let's start. Okay, so it's extremely difficult to write on the screen with a pen. So please pardon my handwriting and please bear with me. If you don't understand anything I'm speaking, listen to me carefully. So the first thing is on 1st January, date 1/1/18. So on 1/1/18, is there 1/1/18? What is the information given on 1/1/18? Opening stock 1000 units at the rate of 2.20. So let's record it. Now this is opening stock. So we won't record it in the receipt column or in the issues column. Since this is opening stock, we'll record it in the under the balance column. How many units? 1000 units. Rate 2.20. Therefore, the amount will be 2200. Simple. Just 1000 into 2.20. Nothing else. It's that simple. Now, at 10 January, a purchase was made. Okay, how much? 600 units at 2.10 paise. So let's record. This is purchase made, so it will be recorded under the receipt column. So 10 January 18. How many units? 600 units. 600. At what rate? At 2.10. So 600 into 2.10 is equal to 1260. Okay. Issues, nothing. Issues wasn't made, so nothing. Now we'll record the balance. So we have 1000 goods at 2.20 and 600 units at 2.10. So in total we have 1600 goods. I am writing it like this, but you have to write it like this. Okay, 1600 over here. You have to write 1600 over here. Since I don't have space, so I'm writing it over here. So in total we have 1600 units. Now this 2200 here, how much? 1260, right? 600 into 2.10 is equal to 1260. So we'll write the total. 2200 plus 1260 is equal to 3460. Written. Now let's move on to the sums. On 12th January, what happened? Issues were made. Issues were made, and now we have to find out the rate. Now starts the real sums. At what date? At 10th January. 10th January. Sorry, 12th, I think. Yes, 12th January. So at 12th January, issues were made. How many units? 1200 units. Now what I told, this is the FIFO method. Whatever stock comes first will be sold first. So here the stock that we have from beginning is 1000 units, right? And then the stock after that came 600 units at 2.10. So 1000 units we have at 2.2 and 600 units we have at 2.10. So look carefully what I'm doing. 1000 units at 2.2 and 200 units. Why 200 units? Because total we had to issue 1200 units. So we have already taken 1000 units from the opening stock. So therefore only we have to take 200 units from the purchases that we made at 2.10, right? So 1000 into 2.2 is equal to 2200 and 200 into 2.1 is equal to 420. 420 plus 2200, so the total will be 2620. Right? Clear? I hope this is clear. What did we do? We had to issue how much? We had to issue 1200 units. So this is the FIFO method. Whatever stock comes first will be issued first. Whatever stock is there from the beginning will be sold first and foremost. So first we had 1000 units, then we purchased 600 units, right? So first we'll sell out from this, and then we'll sell out from this. So on 12th we had to issue 1000 units. Therefore, we what did we do? We took 1000 units from the opening stock and 200 units from the purchases. So now we'll write the balance. So in the balance we have only 400 units left. Clear? Why 400 units left? Because 1000 units is already sold. Okay, and from 600 units 200 units have been sold. So what is left? Only 400. And what is the rate of 400 units? It is 2.1. So 400 into 2.1 is equal to 840. It is that simple. Now another way of getting 840 is that on 10th January we had a total amount of goods. The total goods amount was 3460, right? 3460, and then we sold the goods for 2620. So 3460 minus 2620, if you see in your calculator, it will be equal to 840. So you can calculate it like this simply, or you can also confirm it. You can confirm it by deducting this from this. Okay, now let's move on to the sum. On 22nd January, what happened? Another purchase was made, 800 units. So let's record it. On 22nd January. 22nd January, 800 units was purchased for 2.2, again 2.2. So 800 into 2.2, 1760. Issues was not made. Acha, here receipts was not made, so put a dash over here, and here I have to write the balance again. I have 400 units of before this one, right? And then again I have purchased now how much? 800 units. So 400, 800, it becomes 1200, and the rate is 2.1 and the rate is 2.2. So 400 into 2.1 is equal to 840. 800 into 2.2 is equal to 1760. Add both of them, the result is 2600. Okay, this is 2600. Now let's see what we have forward. On 25th January and on 31st January we have sales issues. First 600 units. So let's solve for 600 units. On what date? On 25th Jan, right? 25th Jan. No receipts, only issues. How much issues was made? 600 units. So 600 again. Now again you have to look very carefully and listen also very carefully. 600 units have been issued. So first we'll issue 400 full from this one, 400 from this one, and left what is 200. So we had to issue a total of 600 units. So we issue 400 from here, and the rest 200 we will issue from here. So this rate is 2.1 and the rate of 200 units is 2.2, right? So 840 and 200 into 2.2 is equal to 440. Add both of them. This is my total issue made, 1280. This is 1280. Okay, 1280. Now I have to write the balance also. So this one was issued, this one finished, and from this 200 units have been sold. So the only thing that I have left is 600 units, right? At which rate? At 2.2. 2.2. 600 into 2.2 is equal to 1320. Okay, and 2600, this 2600, this one minus 1280, just to confirm, is also 1320. The last step of the sum is 31st January. So what happened on 31st January? Sorry, I'm making a mistake over here. It will be 01 all along. Okay, just ignore it. What was made? An issue was made for 400 units, right? 400. So 400. We have only 600 units left over. Whenever we will make an issue, we will look at the balance at the previous date. This is a very important line. Whenever we make an issue, whenever we make an issue, comma, we shall look, this is look, at the balance of previous date. Okay, so we are making an issue over here for 400 units. So 400 at which rate? At 2.2. 400 at 2.2. So 400 into 2.2 is equal to 880. And what is left over here? Only 200 units. Why? Because 600 out of 600, 400 has been issued. So what is left? Only 200 units. And the rate of 200 units is 2.2. Why? Because the rate was 2.2 of those goods. Whatever rate has been applied, has been purchased, the rate will be same all along. The only thing will change is units. So 200, 2.2, so 440. So finally my closing stock is this. This is my final answer. So this is what we have to basically do under when we prepare the stores ledger. This is what we have to do. We have to find the closing stock at the end. So we'll keep it till here today, and I'm not giving you any homework because this is the sums that you will have to do on your own. This is the homework that I'm giving it to you. And if you haven't understood today's class, then tell me. I'll solve some more examples under the FIFO method, and write down your queries to me on at this email address. And also, if you want to send this homework to me, it's not basically homework, this is just for your practice, then please send it to me, and also don't hesitate to ask any queries. Thank you so much and have a good day.